What do you mean? What was going on? Uh, like at what time specifically? Like now or like 2 days ago? Or I. Okay. Let me see. So I should put the. Okay. So what were you doing when you were tweeting before you went offline 2 days ago? Yeah. Uh. I. So you know how I've been making those documents about my life and stuff. Uh, I revealed a bit too much information on something that was sensitive. So yeah, yeah, I it wasn't intended to be like that, but oh, so yeah, yeah, but that's not the like that is kind of the crux of this, but yeah, I mean at least it wasn't the government. Whatever. So anyways, yeah, uh, what was I gonna say? Right. Yeah, I so the thing I need to talk about most is I am going to be taking a break. I'm going to be deprioritizing. I'm going to be deprioritizing just social media in general, besides my Discord, because I feel like I've had a lot of positive experiences with like Twitter and junk. I've met people that I've collabed with. I've met people that I would say I'm friends with, but I've also met a lot like I've caused a lot of damage because I feel like I do not recognize the person I am right now, and that is not in a good way. Uh, because I like it. Listen, I before 2 years ago, before I made my like Twitter and junk started streaming, like watching Twitch, not streaming. It wasn't streaming 2 years ago. Uh, I basically had no internet. Like I had very limited access to the internet. I only had like my only social media that I had was technically Insta, although I was only allowed to put like portfolio stuff up there and not actually use Insta as Insta. Uh, like as like a social media app, just like a portfolio to put up photos and junk. And then Reddit for like 3 years. That was that was like my mid teens, just surfing Reddit. Although you don't really have a culture, like don't really find people on Reddit. You don't really have like connections with people on Reddit. You just find like communities that all think the same and have like the same in jokes. It's like everybody is a clone of the other one. So yeah, it wasn't. Uh, so yeah, that was my only real exposure to the internet at the time. But now, like now after like I have seen myself turn into what I see as a monster. I've read and if you've read like my docs that I have made about myself, uh you'd probably know that I've started to have a lot of self-esteem issues and a lot of like yeah. It I have kind of just gone mentally downhill and I feel like I've started to lash out like unknowingly at people and I haven't really been able to like and more times than I could keep track. And also, the thing is that not it's not just like what it has turned me into. Because a lot of this time, I've blamed solely myself. I feel like, and I need to stop doing that because I I know usually the thing about like usually the part about self recovery is that you're supposed to like realize that you may be the problem and then not everyone else. But I feel like for me, it's kind of the opposite. I always think I am the problem, and then I kind of just like curl up into a ball that just like is dysfunctional. I Am I making sense here? Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it feels like so if you read my most recent like if you actually read the paper that I made that I had to take down, you know that like a good section of it was about my own uh self hatred. Yeah, I think it goes both ways. Yeah, it was about my own self hatred. And let me see. Let me get a quote from here that I wanted to highlight. Like the second to last sentence was, I wish one day to remove the little hatred, what little hatred I have left, to rid my heart of those aches and woes. Just because I feel like my heart just can't really, it doesn't really do well with like hating people. Because I like to think of the best in people. If I went to hate someone, like the only way I can hate someone, and think of hate as like the highest degree of like anger towards someone, uh like absolute hate, like I want you to not exist anymore kind of hate, uh and you'd probably be better off not existing kind of hate. uh yeah, so I feel like me trying to like repress my anger is what like to make it so that like I'm looking inward onto myself and like trying to make everything my fault is what's causing me to become self-destructive, because I like these negative thoughts are just like causing me to lash out at times. Like I hate myself so much that I end up spreading it to others. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm like stepping away from the internet mainly. And another thing is that Twitter is filled with like I don't have to explain how bad Twitter is in terms of like people, and even like people I found to be friends. Like I Yeah, shitty people. The thing is that like I you don't know how many people I've tried to interact with that have just become like been revealed to be like either backstabbers, groomers, racists, literal Nazis, uh, or people that will like just throw you away at the sign of like my first struggle, or will not listen to you like your side of what you want to say, even if like even if you know that what the other person is saying is true and you're going to say that it's true. I I would rather them still come to me and ask if it's true, you know. But that doesn't really happen at all. So yeah, I'm going to be greatly downsizing the amount of people I try to interact with to only the people that I feel like comfortable with. Like I'm not going to try to actively connect with people, and I'm not going to try. I'm going to try to forget about the people who have kind of wronged me, or not really wronged, just don't give a shit about me. There's a lot of people that don't give a shit about me, yet I still give a shit about them, and I need to just cut it off at this point. There's a lot of people I need to cut off because it is quite literally a waste of time. And yeah, and then the last thing, I need to just, what's the word? Right. I The last main reason is like I have been thinking a while now of like stopping streaming entirely, but my dad has been encouraging me to continue going because he sees it as like I'm taking control of my life and like just having like a side hustle that I enjoy. So I've been continuing streaming because my dad just is proud of me for it. So and I from now on I feel like I'm going to still like over everything. I want to prioritize spending time with my dad because like my listen, I come from a family of 5 kids including myself. Uh and like 2 parents. And my dad has had the policy of always being there for us when we need him, be, being there to get what we need whenever we need it. And it's kind of like I have seen this man like degrade because of it because he he is the kind of guy who like takes care of me and my siblings day in and day out without rest. And when his body is forces him to rest, he'll apologize for not being there. Like he'll feel like dog shit for not being able to like help us. And that's uh like I have seen this man just I've seen him bald. I have seen his hairs turn white over time when they really shouldn't be at his age, I don't think. At least not at the rate. Yeah, my dad was the same. Yeah. But yeah, it like that's why I kind of at times like I don't really that's why I haven't really talked to him about much of the shit that I do online or like the shit that's happened to me online is because I don't want to worry him about anything like that. I have been seen as for like my dad has like seen me as the most flexible member of my family. Like just I'm good with anything because I don't really want to cause more time. So from now on I'm going to prioritize just spending time with him. Like I haven't seen him. I went to go after I went offline, the immediate thing I went to go do is to like get picked up and drive home so that I could see my dad. Unfortunately, he had to work on an assignment. He's been trying to meet up with me for like weeks now. I haven't been able to see him because I've just been caught up with work and streaming. Uh, so yeah, he like that. You've never seen a guy feel so defeated at that point because he really wanted to just like there me. So I just ended up like sitting next to him while he did work, and then like helped him a little bit. But yeah, so I do want to prioritize spending time with my dad's. Like, if I can spend time with my dad only on like a certain day of the week and it has to be a stream day, then that stream is canceled. I'm sorry. Just immediately canceled. And I just and I guess the yeah. Oh shit. I just realized I get that from my dad. I get that from my dad. Fuck. That makes a bit more sense. Anyways, yeah, I I one of the big impetus of like me making this decision is I happened to listen to Pink Floyd's The Wall like at 6 a.m. Like 3 days ago. Like I didn't sleep the entire night and then I just like played it at like 5 or 6 a.m. and then just listened to the entirety of The Wall. And I in the last song on there, uh Outside the Wall, I think it's called, really kind of made me see that I just need to stop investing my heart and soul into places that just do not give a shit about me. And I have given parts of myself to places that would drop me at the top, like a drop me at the what's the term? Drop me at the drop of a hat, or is it? Does it drop me at the top of that? I don't know. Yeah, I just need to prioritize on the people that actually give a shit about me instead of people that like are friendly towards me, sure, but they're not my friends. And I haven't been like I feel like I have the same issue. I know what you're yeah. I so yeah. Let me let me see here. Uh all alone let me read the lyrics of it. All alone or in twos, the ones who really love you walk up and down outside the wall. Some hand in hand, and some gathered together in bands. The bleeding hearts and the artists make their stand. And when they've given you their all, some stagger and fall. After all, it's not easy, banging your heart against some mad bugger's wall. And then that's the end of like the album ends there, but it also loops back around. I could talk about Pink Floyd's The Wall later, but yeah, I need to prioritize the people who are banging on the wall and less so the people who are building it. You know. So yeah, I okay. Let me make some things clear. Wrapping up this part, I am going to just. It's sad that you could trust someone and they just shit on you without a second thought. It's been happening a lot for the past 6 months. Happened from a lot of people. Hell, not even the last 6 months. Just just every just years, like throughout these 2 years, but especially the last couple of months. Yeah. So yeah, I from now on I'm going to be restricting the amount of time I use on Twitter. I'm going to be just using it as like talking about shit I'm doing, giving updates to the wider peoples, and then showing off like clips and stuff, like mainly stream stuff, less personal stuff, more stream stuff, and then keeping the personal stuff to my Discord. Uh, because I unless I feel like it's I went to show people something. But then again, I guess that would fall under the stream stuff as well. But yeah, yeah. I'm also gonna be like reducing the amount of people I interact with in general to the people that I know I can trust, like that I know for a fact are my friends and will, and if like, and it when the boat hits the rocks, they will be there to, they won't leave me behind, you know. I think that's the term. I don't remember. But yeah. So yeah, that's about it, I would think. Yeah. So if anyone like wants to actually talk to me about like more like private things, just like DM me on Discord. It's the same at, it's same as my at here. Or you can go to my email, my Gmail at mercktheknife at gmail.com, which it's all lowercase, by the way. I don't know if Gmail actually cares about lowercase or uppercase, like it's not case sensitive, but whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.